Welcome back, folks, to the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev, rocking his sports hat tonight. The Indianapolis Colts. Boo. They play the Titans. I hope they lose. Kev, how are we tonight, buddy?
Well, I also hope the Titans lose, James. So we're on the same page there. Ha ha ha! Gotcha.
I want Titans to lose, so you will not hear me complaining. Get your
Number one
sports
pick.
talk off my show.
That's right. Well, have no fear. We've got plenty of nerd talk for you on this one. And we're back into the world of Marvel. Is that right, James?
Yes. Yes, we are, Kev. Daredevil news coming out, Kev. IGN confirming with Brad Winderbaum, the head of streaming television animation at Marvel Studios, that season 3 has been greenlit. And I quote, in terms of Daredevil, yeah, we are greenlit for season 3 and we start shooting next year. This comes after fans were a little worried about recent comments from Charlie Cox, incorrectly referring to this show's upcoming second season as the final season. We know this show has had a tumultuous run, and as we both agreed, we thought season 1 was disjointed, and you can tell where the rewrites happened, when they came in, refilmed stuff, add stuff. Foggy and Karen were added back in. You can tell where. Kev, what do you think about Daredevil getting greenlit for a season 3? Does that bode well for season 2? A little cleaner, maybe a back to the Netflix roots more. We know that Jessica Jones is going to be in this season. Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones, with a possibility, we think, of some of the other Defenders showing up because of the end of season 1. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, normally I would say a decision like this coming from the Disney Marvel group would mean almost nothing to me, because no matter what decision they make, it doesn't always work out. But
yes,
because this is a series that has had previous success, as you mentioned, sort of an attempt to return to form, to go back to the halcyon days of their Netflix run. But that gives me hope, because it being greenlit, to me, it doesn't guarantee that season 2 will be great or anything like that. It just guarantees that Marvel understands that this is something they can make money off of, and that the fans are into it right now. So if there's more story to tell, great, let's green light it. Let's get another one out there while we can still make money off of it, because it's got to be one of their more popular. It's certainly one of my favorite shows that they've produced. But
in the last 5 years, the last 5 years, you'd have to put them in front of me, but off the top of my head, it might be the favorite show. I'd have to really, I'm just spitballing, but it's up there, very high. And we both said it wasn't perfect. Season 1 is very easy to tell where they came back and reshot stuff and added old characters back in, and you can tell it was done by 2 different people.
Yeah, and sometimes you feel like you can tell the exact moments where different people were doing different things. And so because of that, I'm kind of viewing season 2 as another, not necessarily a storyline reboot, but a production
kind of, right?
reboot,
Like,
it's like, okay, season 2 is actually going to feel like season 1 for me, where what
should have been
like
right. Yeah.
Season 0, because it was a patchwork quilt situation. So I like that the fact that they're already giving them a 3, that lets me know that they're at least going to trust the showrunners to do what they do.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, I'll put it this way. After 2 full seasons, there won't be any excuses. So we have given some grace as fans of saying, okay, there's a lot of stuff that left us wanting when it comes to season 1, but we get it. We understand why it happened, but that won't be the case when you've got 2 seasons now greenlit. It's going to all be on you and your decisions. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it, because from what we know, I think the show we would have gotten would have been a lot worse than what we wound up getting.
The show we were going to get before, like IGN talked about in this article, before they took feedback from actors and fans wanting a more direct continuation, and then reshooting stuff, shuffling around, adding like Foggy, Karen back in. The show we were going to get, I don't think we were going to like. I think it was going to be way too far away from the Netflix show, more towards the version of him we got in She-Hulk. I hate saying it. And I think it would have ended badly. I think it would have been. It could have been like a one and done. Like, and it'd been like, what the fuck is this?
A courtroom procedural, which in another world, I would enjoy. But
there's probably a place for that.
I would be in the minority when it comes to that. That would just me.
There's a place for that, but not for a character that had a very successful Netflix run, right? And then you're bringing like, you don't just change you don't change the whole show if you're going to bring it back from the dead like they did, right? Like the show was dead for over 5 years. None of those characters, none of the actors thought that was ever coming back. Like they separated Marvel TV, the movies. They really distanced themselves from those TV shows very heavily. And then to bring them back and then immediately be like, well, we're going to change all this. And this is not, it's like, whoa, what are we doing here? Like that 3-season run of Daredevil, like it's fucking elite television. It's fantastic. And to just come in and change all that is to think like, and it makes sense, right? That's how these suits think. They're like, well, we can do it better. Why not just fucking follow in the footsteps and do it again?
Yeah.
Like, new stories, use the characters. Like it's set up perfectly. And don't even get me talking. Like I'm gonna say this once, and I'm not gonna go any farther. Foggy Nelson's coming back in this season. I'm calling it. It's gonna happen. He faked his death. He's not actually dead. They're bringing him back. They know how important he is. They know they fucked up, and they're just gonna play it off as a fake death situation. Like he faked his death to help that convict, whoever he was working with, that he's talking to on the phone. Right? That's what's coming. He will be back.
I agree with the minor caveat that I think it was always the plan for him to come back because they had that Easter egg. If you remember, one of the very first scene of the show, I believe, when they're leaving the bar, there's a unit number, and it's very visible. And I can't think of the issue number, but the unit number on the building was the same issue number of the comic run, The Death of Foggy Nelson. So I think
it was. Yes, yep. You're absolutely right.
From the beginning that's what would be coming. I hope maybe that's a little bit.
Do you think?
But I'm also the guy who called for Mephisto for multiple shows.
Hey, we finally got him in a show none of us have watched. He's Sacha Baron Cohen is him. He's here. Do you think? I think you're probably going to agree with this. They added Foggy's death when they added those characters back in, right? So it feels like the episode 1 and then the back end, like, is it episode 1 and 2 and like the very last couple episodes, or maybe the last episode feel like a whole different season? Do you think that's when they did that? They added that, being like, we can't really fit these characters in the whole season. Let's kill Foggy. Karen leaves because Matt's an asshole, even though we've done this storyline fucking multiple times already. And Karen will come back at the end. She'll be part next season, and then we'll drop that Easter egg, like you said, and he'll come back for second season.
And then season 2 will be our season 1. Yeah, I think that's exactly.
They just kind of accepted that season 1 was botched and they were too dark. They were too deep down the rabbit hole of money spent.
And it was a very clever way, I think, to get to that inevitable reset, to have, we'll do the death of Foggy Nelson. We'll have him and Karen break up. It makes sense that they would have that short-term fallout for a year or so. And then, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming for this next season. I give it by episode 2 or 3. You know, they like to do these
won't last very long, right?
By the end of the premiere night, Foggy will be back. So whether they give us 2 episodes to start or 3.
You think we get a flashback episode of what Foggy was doing during the whole time?
I hope not, but probably yes.
Most likely,
considering
right?
Who's in charge. Yeah.
You prefer, just especially with the way that season 1 was discombobulated, like just bring him back, just have him show back up, like walk in a hoodie, explain that he faked his death, and let's just get rolling. Like we don't need any more than that.
If you want to spool out some of what happened over the next year, give it to us as little breadcrumbs along the way. I hate massive flashback catch-ups that, well, there goes any mystery about where he's been, like, well, I just don't think it would benefit to do that. So
Correct.
maybe there'd be a cool story, but if they don't tell us anything, then they leave it open for future seasons to say, oh, well, we can bring this villain in.
Yeah.
And the way we can do it is we can go to a flashback from when Foggy was under government witness protection, whatever it was. And then, so I think that less is more. When he comes back, I think they really shouldn't address it, so they can revisit it later if they need it.
Mm-hmm. I like that way better than just a deep, just one episode type deal. I don't like that.
Yeah, piece it out. Like Better Call Saul it, like when they have those one scene, what is it, like one scene an episode where he's the manager in Omaha. I don't even think they do it every episode, but you have these like little moments, one scene at a time, where you get, the backstory. I think something like that could be cool.
Previously, Winterbaum had said, he goes, I see Karen and Foggy as being intrinsically tied to Matt. I don't think there's a Matt Murdock story without these two characters. I'm excited to see them both in season 2 as well.
Hey, there it is.
And he asked for more detail. Both Deborah and Wolf and Eldon are coming back for season 2. Eldon is Foggy Nelson,
the Bash brother.
So a lot of people could be like, well, that's flashback. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he faked his death and is coming back. I'm just kind of glancing through this article IGN wrote this summer about it. Yeah, I think he doesn't know. He's saying he doesn't know. Like Eldon, he says, they killed me off the show, so I'm not a part of it anymore. So I don't really know even if there was something going on.
Right.
But remember when Andrew Garfield denied for forever and didn't break it until the movie came out. Spider-Man movie came out. He was in no spoilers if you haven't seen it. That's unfortunate for you that it came out like 10 years ago. So obviously they wouldn't want people to know if he was coming back, but we both think he is, period.
He'll be there. Will we get a season 4, James, or is 3 all we're gonna get? Is 3 all we should get? Do we need to quit while we're ahead with a show like this?
I assume they're gonna bring the Defenders back, so there could be a team up series. It didn't do well the first run. That was the big misstep with the Marvel TV shows. Is Jessica Jones' first season is very good. It's very dark. Very, very dark. Luke Cage's first season is good until they kill fucking Mahershala Ali's character. That was really the first 5 episodes. That is awesome. Then they kill him off, and the villain gets way worse. It was a really dumb decision. The Iron Fist series is bad, and in turn, like the Defenders series is just okay. So they started to trend down, but the Daredevil ones stand out above them all. I think if I remember right, season 2, Jessica Jones was pretty good. Not as good as season 1. The villain is the former Doctor Who guy, and he's fucking nasty. He's awesome. I think there might be more depending on how many of these characters they bring back, which I would assume at least Daredevil and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones come back. I don't know if they will do Iron Fist. All things considered, he wasn't very well received, but they could also, if they're going to lean into this, they could bring them all back, which is odd. The very last scene of the show is them being like, we need help. And it was the perfect spot to drop those announcements. Like just characters standing, like just coming behind them. It was very odd that they didn't do that. And then immediately, like a month later, we're like, oh, Kristen Ritter's coming back as Jessica Jones. I was like, why didn't you just show that?
Yeah, I should have figured that out. Although the fan edits helped us out. I mean, it was on Twitter within an hour of the final episode.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Everybody knew what they
couldn't even just get like a stunt double, a body double, and just show the whatever she wears, the purple shirt, whatever she wears. Like I can't remember exactly, but like you could have done it. Like not rocket science.
You could have gotten old footage from your other shows that you now own the rights to.
Yeah.
Could have easily put that in. But even though I haven't watched this myself yet, another spoiler warning for Peacemaker season 2. I hear that they retconned the end of one of their season 1. I heard that they
I have not
retconned
watched it
that
yet.
right away.
I haven't
and
watched anything.
Nobody cares. So
That's
there's
we
that
know
too.
it's like it doesn't have to be perfect. Like just retcon it and move on. Like we like these characters, we don't care. Like just like we like Peacemaker season 1, we like John Cena in that role. Like we're okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not real life, guys. Like it's fine.
Yeah, it's a pros and cons kind of thing, and especially with the DC, it's like, well, it can't be any worse. So we're gonna give James Gunn some grace in hopes that
he did well.
he
Like
gets us
Superman
out of this. And I think the tide is turning. I know that's not the topic of today's discussion, but it'll be coming up soon on a future episode. Because
we've gotta watch.
I think
Peacemaker and get caught
DC
up.
is going to be better than Marvel. Give it about 2 years.
Well, one's trending up, and the other one is really stagnated for the past 5 years. And now, granted, one got their reboot. Like they hired James Gunn and rebooted the whole thing. So
credit. We can't sleep on Matt Reeves either, because he was doing that work.
Oh, the Batman is incredible. Yeah. Which, Kev, did you see? Random tangent before we got to get out of here. He announced the other day that the Batman 2 villain has never been done on TV.
Yeah, and I can't tell if I love or hate that yet.
We'd have to sit down and
Batman
really
nerd
dig into who that could possibly be. But I assumed you saw that. I mean,
that's a great. I did. That's a great thing about the Rogues Gallery is that with the right storyteller, any one of those can be really intense. Like I think the Arkham game series did a good job of that by having some characters that could be taken as a joke in the comics or in the cartoons and making them really like horror characters, and so I think there could be a villain or two in there that I'm not thinking of that would make a perfect movie villain, but I will stay cautiously optimistic about this one. But yeah, I think I will say this. There are plenty of Batman villains who we have seen on TV that I still think deserve good movie portrayals. So alas, we'll wait for the next one.
We'll talk about that sometime on a show in the near future. We'll discuss it. So any final words, Kev, before we bounce out of here?
No, make sure you guys leave us a like, subscribe if you like the show. We've got more bonus content coming for you on top of our usual regular scheduled uploads. So I'm excited. Spooky season is upon us, James. So
spooky season is here.
A lot of fun the next month and a half over here in Dweebland.
Yes, sir. So thank you guys for watching. This is the Weekly Dweeb. Like, subscribe, leave us a comment for a possible future topic. Drop us a link to something if you want us to talk about it. We're always looking for new ideas and stuff to talk about. So thank you guys for joining us. Until next time.